With the War Bonds update coming up, it would seem that stylists are taking a quality over quantity approach towards new content for their flagship game, something that I agree with a lot. But with that being said, Phantom Forces updates should try to solve the biggest issues surrounding the game now: boring, repetitive gameplay. I have a list of improvements that, in my opinion, would make the Phantom Forces experience so much better than it is now. A friend of mine suggested this to me and I knew it would be a great addition to the game. Basically, the 4 classes should have special features to make their gameplay more unique. For instance, the Assault class, being the main source of DPS for any team, should be given more grenades and maybe better ADS speed. Meanwhile, the Scout class should run significantly faster than the other classes in order to take advantage of flank routes and almost every SMG's fast time to kill in close quarters combat. The Support class perhaps would do better with more ammo, but the LMGs are practically glorified assault rifles with bottomless magazines anyway, so I'm not sure what to do with them. Finally, when you pick up the Recon class, you should immediately win the game upon clicking deploy. No need for fighting, you know you're gonna win anyway. The Recon class should be able to lose their spotted mark faster to allow snipers to play more aggressively without fear of being seen. All of this would help make gameplay more diverse and less repetitive, especially since some gun categories can be used by multiple classes. One shotgun user would want to play more aggressively and equip it on the Assault class to take advantage of faster ADS, while another one would prefer to use it on the Scout class to move faster. On the topic of special class perks, I believe giving players incentives for doing certain class-specific things would encourage them to play in the most effective ways possible. It would also help them to level up faster. Assaults should be able to earn more XP from capping objectives than the rest. Scouts should be rewarded for getting kills within 50 studs. Supports should gain more XP per suppressed enemy, and snipers should be rewarded for getting headshots at 100 studs and beyond. Now, I don't want this to delegitimize using weapons however you want, like using the BFG in CQC. Why? I just want the game to reward players for using the classes as effectively as possible. Stylist probably has this in the back of their mind, so when they do add them, I'd like to see challenges that ask players to use weapons they would usually never use. Like, have you seen anyone use the AWS or G3 lately? I heard the fan clubs for these guns are pretty empty, and I guess the same thing can be done for attachments too. As for the rewards of these challenges, there should be something complimentary alongside the usual XP or credits. Maybe completing a challenge would give you parts to craft a weapon or skin crate. Or, as a more unusual reward, completing a number of challenges would give you an XP multiplier that would last for a certain amount of games, which would help people to rank up and earn credits faster. I know stylists aren't storytellers, but I like to know more about the Phantom Forces universe. As far as we know, the Phantoms and Ghosts are mercenary groups originating from the United States and Egypt respectively. Mercenaries work for the force that pays them more, Anti is a mascot intended to boost morale, and the Broker, this guy, is a supplier of weapons to both sides. The curious geopolitics and history-obsessed Lighty would like further elaboration on all the events that led up to the Phantoms and Ghosts fighting. Stylists could put clues around the maps that tell us who paid the two groups, and why they are fighting in those said maps. They could be fighting for control of oil on rig, important scientific research on laboratory, or wooden buildings on warehouse. I don't know how many people would care for the world building aspect of a LEGO shooter game, but it would make for an interesting read on the wiki. Can we rename our weapons please? I've always wanted to rename my AA-12 Skill. Being able to set our weapons firing and aim modes would also be nice, especially on setups with many of them. Finally, I think we should be able to use our guns while climbing ladders. It would make them so much less death trappy. And that's what I think would make the game more enjoyable. Phantom Forces is undoubtedly an awesome game, but inevitably, after half a decade and thousands of hours put into the game, it's in dire need of a refresh. Let me know what you would like to add in the comments below. Maybe I can add them to my list.